It's okay, Marty. It's okay. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Just return to the mantra. You are here to do good. You are here to spread love. You are awesome. And you are a man. You are an awesome man. Thank you, Marty. No, thank you. Are you ready? Yes. Yes, I am. Hi. Hello. And welcome. Welcome to the new cycle of Marty's Minute Meditations. To you new listeners who are joining for the first time, welcome. Welcome to this journey, this experience, this path. It may be unfamiliar to you, strange territory. So thank you for being brave and joining us. Come on in, get cozy. Find a little spot on this spaceship. This ship that's going to launch us into the unknown of space. Take a seat, hang out. Take a look. Chill here for a little while. To you old listeners, you see that I've switched from a boat to a spaceship because I think we've traveled the sea. We've investigated the oceans. Now it's time to go to space. Let's see what's out there. Check out the galaxies, the stars, the planets. So you new listeners, get cozy on this spaceship. Choose your spot, right? You old listeners, I know you're like, well, what about my spot? I had a spot on the boat in the first cycle. Do I have a spot on the spaceship? Did you consider that, Marty? What about all us old listeners hopping onto this spaceship going up to space? Did you remember us? Of course. Of course I remember you. How could I forget about Kate? About Shanda? About Matt? About Maria? Don't worry. I've got a little spot for you on this spaceship. Get cozy. I kept it warm. You know, old listeners, introduce yourself to the new listeners. Open up some communication. You know, Marty wants to create a space of communication. So thanks for coming back. If you enjoy Marty's Minute Meditations, please tell your friends. Like and subscribe to the podcast. Check out Marty's YouTube channel to like and subscribe there. If you want to support Marty, if you want to be a martyr for manhood, then visit Marty's Patreon page at patreon.com/Marty's Minute Meditations to become a monthly donor. If you're afraid of commitment, that's okay. Marty understands. That's why he started a PayPal account and a Buy Me a Coffee account. All the links will be in the description, so you can just check those out there. Now, as you can tell by the title, this episode is going to be another investigation into the lingam, all right? The male genitalia, also called the penis. So if you're offended by the penis, then please, I would suggest you avoid this episode. Marty's got plenty of episodes out there that don't necessarily focus in on the penis. Maybe Marty mentions it here and there. But this is an episode where I want us to experience a new perspective on the penis. Always just challenging today's viewpoints on the penis. So if you're offended by the penis, if you're disgusted by the penis, then please, keep walking on your journey. Avoid this path. It'll always be here if you're interested. Because Marty doesn't want you to be disgusted or offended. And I just wanted to give you a little trigger warning, okay? Marty's going to be talking about the penis a lot here. But if you hang around, then all of a sudden you're offended, even though Marty gave you the disclaimer, I have to absolve myself of responsibility there, all right? You know, Marty thinks you're responsible enough to take care of yourself. Marty just realized how much he said the word penis in just now. And he wants to clarify that I know it could be potty humor, right? And really, this is probably the most Marty will actually say the word penis in the episode, okay? And he wants to let you know that he approaches it with a level of seriousness and spiritual fervor, okay? So all you people giggling out there, like, ooh, this is a penis on. See, now I have penis on the brain, okay? I just said penis out of nowhere. And that's part of the problem, right? You get caught up in these cycles. So if you people who are listening are going, oh, this is going to be a real jokey, fun time about the penis, you're wrong, all right? Marty's very serious about the penis. He's very serious about his own penis, okay? So don't think that this is some big joke, okay? I know a bunch of you are laughing right now, maybe giggling, because Marty said the word penis, all right? But if you're interested in this investigation, if you want to take it seriously, if you want to delve into this perspective of the lingam, stick around and get cozy, because this spaceship is about to launch. Men, do you feel like you're holding a gun? Do you feel like you're always packing, as they say? Do you feel like you're constantly a threat to the people around you because you're stuck with a weapon that can go off at any time? Marty, what are you talking about? I don't own a gun. In fact, I'm very much against gun ownership, and you should be too. Marty, you shouldn't even be talking about guns. I'm surprised you're even bringing it up. I thought better of you, Marty. Someone might think that you love guns and want people to shoot guns at other people because you're mentioning guns. Well, we have to talk about it, men. We can't hide from our guns because our guns may come and find us and shoot us. Imagine that. Men dying from their own guns that are hunting them down because they're too afraid of their own guns. Marty, what are you talking about? Are you using guns as an analogy for your lingam or for your manhood? Are you saying that it's a part of the male spirit and energy? Maybe. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm saying that it's something we're all born with. That our hands are always in contact with the cool steel of a firearm. And our finger always rests on the trigger, eager to pull the hammer back and fire into the body and soul of the human experience. To cause the bleeding out of the spirit and pierce the organs of our morality. Marty, what are you talking about? I'm starting to think that you don't know what you're talking about. Are you on some kind of substance? What's going on? What is going on? What is going on with our world? Why must we forever feel the threats of guns? Why do people want to have a gun? What does the gun truly mean to humanity? Big questions, right? Many of you may still be out there going, Marty, I just don't understand. I just don't understand it either. That's why I'm posing these questions. What is a gun? Is a gun just an object made of steel that fires some projectile? Or is it a substance of the spirit, of our soul? Is it a weapon of the mind? Is it an idea? A behavior? Marty, are you talking about aggression? Maybe. Maybe. You know, Marty has a gun. Whoa. Oh, geez. Yeah, a lot of people are really surprised, right? They're going, Marty, we could never imagine you having a gun. I mean, it's understandable that you would talk about it. I could get over that. But having a gun, Marty, I feel deceived. Wow. Am I going to lose listeners because I mentioned that I have a gun? Don't turn the podcast off, okay? I know you folks might be getting really upset. I feel real upset with you because you have a gun. Well, hold on. Marty doesn't have a gun made of steel. No. Marty has a gun of the mind. Marty woke up and realized he had a gun in his hand one day. Where did it come from? How did it get there? Was it there all along? Maybe it was given to Marty when he was a baby. Maybe us men are given our guns at birth. We're babies and they put this giant gun in our tiny baby hands. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. Here's your boy and here's his gun. Every boy gets a gun, right? Society gives baby gun. Baby shoots and kills people. Society blames baby. But it was just a baby. The baby didn't even know what the gun does. It just makes a cool noise. Bang, bang, right? And society gave baby that gun. And now all of a sudden it's baby's fault? We're given that gun as a baby. We don't even know how dangerous it is or what it's for. Why would society give a baby a gun? We grow up and we become boys and we're given toy guns. Taught to use them against other little boys. We become young men who play video games. We play against other boys and we shoot and kill other boys. We take part in sports. Team against team. Boys against boys. We're going to destroy you, right? That's what the other boys say to each other. We're surrounded by this violence, even if it's pixelated. Thinking that we can separate reality from fantasy. Then we become men, and we enter the workforce, and the gun hasn't left. What's in our nature? We still have that gun that was given to us as a baby. We don't even realize it. We've been playing with this gun the entire time. Who have we shot? Have we killed people? What does that mean? Marty, what are you talking about? I'm so confused. What are you talking about? What I'm saying is that men are taught to be fighters, warriors, aggressive, right? Ready to pull that gun out at any moment. We're given the gun as a baby so that we can get comfortable with it. Comfortable with our aggression, our rage. Back in the day, men were men. They had to go off to war. They had to fight. You couldn't say no. Men can't say no to the fight, right? Or else you're a coward. That's what they'll call you. They'll call you a coward. They'll call you a wimp, a baby, right? You don't want to be a baby again. You had to prove your manhood. You had to give up your body for the cause. Men were sent into war. Sorry, ladies. I'm sure you fought your own battles too. But we have to open up the space to the social conditions that men have always faced. And that's war, right? Men were sent to the front lines. Fighting in wars that the rulers, the government sent them on. The government always had their hands wrapped around men's lingams, pulling them here and there, telling them what to do. They were shot, maimed, tortured, decapitated, disemboweled, cut, stabbed, impaled, beaten, bludgeoned, hanged, pulled apart, gassed, shelled, ambushed, imprisoned, scorched, drowned, strangled, castrated, all those things and so much more. And a man couldn't say no to the fight. A man had to look at all those things, all those horrific possibilities, and go, yeah, that would make me a hero. To give up my body, my physical autonomy. To turn my body into fodder for something I may not even believe in. And men have lacked their physical autonomy because we have always been seen as expendable for a cause. Expendable for the nation, the land, the people, our family, our women, our children, right? There's not much physical autonomy in there, huh? So maybe we, as men, need to reclaim our bodies and reclaim our physical autonomy and say, I'm not going to go out there to fight your wars for you. I don't even believe in this war. But if we don't agree to give our bodies to the cause, then we aren't men. We're cowards. And good luck meeting a spiritual life partner as a coward. But men, I'm here to tell you, we're told a lie. We're told a lie about being the hero. You go out there. You face the war. You face the struggle. Give your body up. You'll come back a hero. Every man should want that. Every man should be so careless about their body that they throw it into the barrage of bullets, of arrows, firepower, cannons. Men have been the meat shields of the world, and men, we should be offended by it. That's right, we should be offended. Because what are the weapons that we've been murdered by? Yes, I mean we, as the collective male. Through time, through history, through our spiritual and universal experience of our fathers, grandfathers, great-grandfathers, and those fathers that lived before us. Or the experience of the men that never got the chance to be fathers. We, as the collective men, have suffered the spears, swords, and arrows. And what are they? Marty, they're just weapons. What's the big deal? Why are we talking about this? This doesn't make any sense. The big deal is that they're all the shape of the penis. Ha ha ha. I know all of you are laughing out there, giggling. We said penis again. Here we go. Here comes Marty's jokes about the penis. These aren't jokes. This is serious, everybody, okay? Listen up. Weapons were designed as penises. Why aren't we offended by that, men, huh? Have you ever thought that the reason people are threatened by penises, by men, and the reason I've had to give the disclaimer for every penis episode I've had is because everything that is threatening is phallic? Think about the gun. Not the imaginary gun I talked about in the beginning, but the actual gun. People always equate it to a penis. Oh, he just bought a gun because he has a small penis. The gun replaces or enhances his penis. Well, Marty doesn't think a gun is like a penis. And Marty is offended that people would compare a gun and a penis. Men, we should be offended. And we shouldn't latch on to, because there are also the men that buy guns. Oh, well, this pistol, this is my second penis. This shotgun, this is my third penis. This bazooka right here, it's my fourth penis. Oh, and that tank I've got in the back, that's my fifth penis. I've got a lot of big penises, so back off. Why do you need so many penises? Why isn't your penis, the one you were born with, the one that nestles between your legs, why isn't that enough? Why? Why? Because we're told to be aggressive, and the penis isn't an aggressive thing. The penis is a loving thing. It wants to enter when it is welcomed. It wants to go in and out to give a massage, a loving massage. It wants to spread life and love. It's a considerate organ. So we need something threatening, something more powerful, designed for destruction, because that's not the penis's true identity. It isn't a destroyer of worlds, okay? I'm sure old Roman soldiers carried their swords and were like, this is my penis. Obviously they didn't say it in English. They said it in Latin. Look at the size of my penis. And then another soldier would come over and go, oh yeah, well mine is shinier. How many people have you killed with your penis? Oh, I've killed 11 people with my penis. I've decapitated people with my penis. I've stabbed them. I've mutilated them with my penis. What about you? What if you're the poet, the artist? What have you done with your penis? I've created with my penis. While you were out there destroying with yours, I was creating with mine. So maybe we should be offended, men. Maybe we should be offended that all the objects out there that were meant to do harm are shaped like penises. What does that say to our young boys? What does that say to us as men? That our existence is just aggressive? That all our penis is meant to do is stab, to explode, right? Like bombs? Why are bombs associated with the climax of a man? Why do we see that big mushroom cloud and associate such unfathomable destruction with the orgasm of a man? As if a male orgasm is destructive. Gotta tell you, Marty's pretty mad. Marty's pretty mad that we've compared the penis to weapons of mass destruction. This is Marty putting his foot down and saying he has had enough, okay? Marty has had enough. Maybe we shouldn't be brain-soiled into thinking we have to be aggressive. I mean, look at Marty. Marty's not aggressive. He's very calm and collected. He tries not to be aggressive or assertive like a misguided lingam trying to push its way in. Marty doesn't get any women that way. But, society just conditions women to be attracted to assertive men. Marty doesn't want to be a part of that paradigm. He doesn't want to feed that societal monster, right? Women are just brain soiled into wanting men that act like men, Men. Someday, Marty will find a woman that will approach him and appreciate his sensitivity and understand his desire to not be under the social pressure and risk coming off as a creep, okay? Maybe a woman will, do that for Marty someday. Because what does that journey of trying to attain a woman do for men? Makes them aggressive against other men. And what were wars? Man versus man. Man versus man. Who's got the bigger cannon? Who's got the bigger gun? Who's got the bomb that blows up the biggest, right? We should be offended, men, that we have been turned against each other. It's exactly what the government wants. It's exactly what society wants. Men to be turned against each other. Maybe you feel brave for going out there onto the front lines and taking bullets and shooting at other men. Marty doesn't think that. Marty thinks that true bravery is allowing yourself to be struck with love. To shoot love out of your spirit. I think that takes a very brave man to do that. It would be beautiful to see the front lines of opposing armies drop their destructive penises, approach each other, and embrace like brothers. It's a shame. It's a real shame. The gun was designed to kill men. Men wielded the gun in order to kill other men. Men killing men. Why aren't there any weapons designed like vaginas? I don't see any yoni weapons out there. Maybe some kind of trap that sucks people in, suffocates them to death. I don't know. Marty doesn't want to dictate a market that should be developed by women. Marty admits he's overstepping his boundaries developing weapons of mass destruction that accurately depicts a woman's genitalia. So he will leave that open to the women, because women are equal to men. They could be just as violent and destructive as men too, okay? Don't sell yourself short, ladies. Marty believes in you. He believes you can overcome that barrier and do as much harm as men. That's true equality. He doesn't want to advocate for it. Marty's not an advocate for war, but Marty's not sexist, so he wants to support a woman's desire and drive to be a violent man. And then someday, women will have to sign up for selective service as well. Marty had to do that. Marty had to sign up for selective service. Not that there's a draft, but Marty could be sent out to war at any point. Do you think Marty would last out there? Sure he could. Marty could totally make it in war, okay? I mean, look at me, all right? I know. Okay. I know you look at me and you go, Marty, you just don't really come off as the kind of guy that would go off to war and make it through. Well, Marty is capable of that, okay? Marty's got some strength in him that you don't even know, okay? And he has some aggression that he pushes down. He pushes it down. But if he needed to, if he saw the enemy and the enemy came at him with a weapon, he would probably unleash, and he would become the beast that that men could really be, okay? Marty's not all fluff, okay? He's not so sensitive he can't be a hero, all right? He just chooses not to be, all right? Marty doesn't believe that being a man is being a fighter in a war, all right? Being a soldier. He doesn't think that, it could just be boiled down to that, all right? So don't just pass judgment on Marty, all right? It's just really that Marty doesn't want to hurt somebody, right? And Marty knows that he is strong enough to inflict a lot of hurt on people. And Marty can take it, all right? Marty can take some pain, all right? He can make it, So don't sell Marty so short, all right? Moving on, because it's not what this episode's about. This episode's not about Marty, okay? It's not about me. It's about men. It's about the collective men, right? Because going back to war, right? Okay, Men fighting in wars, and men don't even get to choose their enemies, right? I'm sorry, I still feel like my listeners are going, Marty, we still don't think that I could do it, okay? I would approach my enemy and look them in the eyes, and I would stab them. I would stab them with my knife, okay? And then, when the life started to drain from their eyes, I would feel really powerful and full, right? I'd feel like a real man, okay? And then I'd probably think about their family and realize that that's the point I'm saying, is Marty could do it, but he wouldn't want to, right? Marty wouldn't want to do that to somebody. Marty wouldn't want to do that to a family, to a people, right? Because Marty thinks it's wrong. He could do it. Marty could do it. Don't doubt Marty, all right? Marty could do it. Because here's the thing is I don't know that guy. That guy could be really nice. He could be, and that's the thing is we don't. Why is he my enemy? Because you told me, right? The state tells us who the enemy is, right? Men just have to say, okay, sure, that's my enemy then. But what if you, as men, took a moment to sit with the enemy? You would see that they aren't your enemy at all. They're your brothers. You'd find out that you have way more in common than you have different. But we're told as young boys that our biggest enemy is other boys. And that's why Marty doesn't like war, okay? Why is war the answer? Did anyone ever think about just, giving Hitler a hug? Maybe sit down with him, make him some chamomile tea so he would stop yelling so much. You calm him down, you put your hand on his shoulder and go, tell me how you're feeling, Hitler. I'm sure Hitler would be pretty surprised. Finally, someone asking him how he feels, right? Everybody's like, Hitler, tell us everything that you're thinking, right? Tell us about your rage, right? But he never got to say how he truly felt, what was going inside, right? Goebbels really should have been a better friend to Hitler and opened his heart. He could have helped his friend by opening up the space for Hitler to speak his truth. Hitler had a truth too, and maybe society wasn't able to accept his truth. He was an artist, but he got respected as a soldier. Hitler was honored for being a killer. So are we so surprised that a Hitler would exist, right? Maybe if German society at the time had supported men's emotional truth, things would be different. Maybe he would have realized that his distaste for the Jewish people was really just connected to some feelings inside that had nothing to do with them. Maybe he would have, realized that his fear of death or his fear of not being a real man was why he was looking to create a superhuman race by, eradicating and altering the rest of it. Maybe. Marty presents possibilities here, but nothing is certain. Marty, why are you talking about Hitler? This makes me uncomfortable, you talking about Hitler. I know, it's an extreme example. I'm sorry if you're offended by it, but sometimes you need to present the extremes in order to understand the mundane. How can we truly explore the limits of the lingam if we don't go to the edge? Step up to the precipice and look down into the void, the abyss. That's the place we learn the most. So for today's meditation, I want us to disarm our minds of the gun. Now don't get scared. I know some of you may be saying, Marty, I can't get rid of my gun. I'm too afraid to put my gun down. There are too many scary things out there, Marty. Don't you make me put my gun down, okay? Or else I'll shoot you if you try to take my gun away. It's okay. I'm not going to take it out of your hands. I can only allow you to give it up voluntarily. Because the world is the safest it's ever been. People are connecting with their spirit and the universal human experience. But even the thought of disarming our minds makes us feel too vulnerable to the imaginary threats of the world. calm down. Marty doesn't want you to get rid of your gun forever. We'll discover how to put it down for just a moment. The gun of the mind is always there if you need it, but right now, you don't. So take a breath. Breathe in and out. And in and out. Close your eyes. As long as you aren't driving or operating heavy machinery. And sink into a place of meditation. As you drift into this place, as you step off the precipice into the abyss of your mind, open yourself up to the sounds of your internal battle. Maybe you hear the firing of guns, the dropping of bombs, the screaming of your comrades. You smell the smoke, the burning of flesh and metal. You feel the oppressive heat of the battlefield. And when you open your eyes, you see a barren land marked with craters, littered with bodies, painted with blood, burnt to ash. You hunker down in the trenches, keeping down from the incoming fire. When you peek out, you only see a row of shadows, their form highlighted by the constant flicker of the guns. Those faceless entities see you in the same way. An obscured reality, a cloaked existence. Your fear feeds your aggression. You witness those faceless entities slaughtering your brothers. Maybe you're angry. Maybe you're scared. But just breathe. Maybe you look down in your hands and you see that gun. Right? The gun that you were trained to use ever since you were a baby. That society and the government put into your mind. Right? Like a little mental parasite. And it's screaming at you, use me. Use me, shoot me. Do it. Don't think. Just do. Breathe. Don't let that gun tell you what to do. Don't let that gun guide your life. Guide your spirit. Guide your conscience. What happens when you put that gun down? Just do it. Just put it down. Just for now. You don't have to worry about it. Just put it down and breathe. What do you do now? What happens when you've put that gun down? Can you walk out into the battle? What happens in this meditation when you don't allow the wave of misguided aggression to crash onto your heart? If you give in to the misguided lingams, then you lose your lingam to the fight too. Find strength in your penis, the strength of love, the strength of resilience. So put that gun down. It's okay. And maybe saying, no, don't put me down, please, use me, shoot me. But you can say goodbye to it for the moment. You can come back to it. But right now, you don't need it. Just put it down. Who are you without that gun? Are you afraid? Are you uncertain? Well, you without that gun is who you truly are. So you put that gun down. You step out of the trench. You walk into that incoming fire. You hear those bullets whiz past you. Right? But you're unscathed. You see now in the distance those shadows, those faceless ghosts. You see one emerge, their face revealed, and you see very much that they're just like you. You keep walking and you look in their eyes. They see you. In that moment, they understand. And they find the bravery, the resilience, the strength. They put that gun down. And they step up out of their trench. And as you approach each other, you feel the heat of the battle start to dissipate. And you embrace your brother. And they embrace you back. Those are two heroes. In the middle of the explosions, the gunfire, two men stand in the middle of the battlefield, hugging. And because you took that risk and embraced your brother, the other men see this and they feel the true power of their lingams rise in them. They find the courage to drop their weapons, to put down their guns, to walk across the field and embrace their brothers. As the gunfire quiets and the bombs cease, the battlefield that was once marked with craters, littered with bodies, painted with blood, burnt to ash, now transforms into the place it once was. Dotted with daisies, blanketed with grass, the sky now a clear baby blue. And you embrace your brothers under the warm glow of the once clouded sun. Wow. That was a journey. Quite a way to kick off the next cycle. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of it and taking a moment to take the penis seriously. The penis is not here to destroy, but to create a better world. And we as men need to reclaim that purity of the penis and not allow it to be mixed up with those awful weapons of mass destruction. If you were a new listener, I hope you stuck around. I hope you got something out of this meditation. And to you listeners, old and new, I hope to see you again soon on this spaceship. Until then, I'll be here, waiting, ready to meditate.